Yo ho 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 man, this is gonna be a big one. The goal of this video is to create the most complete kickoff guide in history. And to do that, we're going to have to break it into different sections. And now I know what you're thinking, Dave, your kickoff is notoriously terrible. And yes, I 100% agree it is. And that's why I've taken the information from one of the best kickoff players I know and ranked 12 in 1v1 this season, fresh off his best of 3 victory versus the number 1 ranked player at the time, Raidmeister. Here are the sections with the times below if you want to skip to a specific section. However, if you want to have complete knowledge of kickoffs, then watch a lot. So let's dive straight into section 1, the basics of a kickoff. The kickoff has come a long way since the days of 2 players just driving at the ball head on and not really understanding the science behind it. So let's talk about some of the golden rules of kickoffs. There should be some sort of flip towards the ball to help conserve boost and gather speed. There should be a dodge on impact, although you can win a kickoff without a dodge. Generally, the dodge helps with the pushing of the ball and following the touch, and we will get to which way to dodge in a minute. You also don't want to be boosting when you dodge into the ball on impact, as this allows for fast recovery if you end up losing the kickoff because you'll have more boost. The player arriving first has the advantage if they play it correctly. Momentum through the ball is a huge advantage. If a car has arrived faster, they should have more momentum going through the ball as they will have been able to start pushing the ball earlier. Hitting the middle of the ball's hitbox can help prevent kickoff loss. However, if you are faster, you may want to hit it slightly off center to control the direction on the follow-up. Not only do you want to hit the center of the ball in relation to your net, but you also want to hit the center in terms of height. The dodge into the ball needs to be quick taps on the controller. If you have the speed advantage, you can either dodge to the left or right, depending on where you're pushing the ball. For example, if you know you're arriving first and you hit it slightly to the left off center, this should theoretically push the ball to the right. Therefore, your side flip would want to go to the right hand side to follow it up. However, flipping diagonally forward to the left or right when you have a speed advantage, even if it's a slight one, can help you channel your momentum through the flip, essentially forcing the ball through your opponent. If you're arriving late to the ball, still try and hit the center of the ball as best as possible, but remember to initiate your jump before you arrive at the ball as it will soon be flying over you. If arriving late, you should see where the opponent is playing it and jump in that direction. And I cannot stress enough, if you're going to be late to the ball, try and save a little bit more boost in the reserve, so when you dodge, your recovery will be quicker because you'll have more boost. If you and your opponent are evenly matched on speed, then it is important to mix it up. Try dodging to the left, and if that doesn't work, try dodging to the right next time. However, when doing this, try to be dead center as you will not have the speed advantage, so being slightly off center and mixing up dodge directions could be risky, as you could push the ball to the opposite side as you flip. However, front flips can be used on straight kickoffs, but not diagonals. And diagonal front flips are viable on diagonals and straight kickoffs. So let's look at a simple kickoff for beginners that's a good starting point. Okay, the basic kickoff. We'll start with the diagonal right, literally a slight turn in field, front flip, and then a side flip. And we don't use the boost once we initiate the front flip. Let's look at the opposite side. You'll see a little turn in field, and then boost stops as we front flip, and then we'll side flip. Either way, if you want to push or you want to hook. Straight on kickoff, boost, and then jump forward and let go of boost as you go over the second pad to get supersonic efficiently, and then either dodge to the right or left, or diagonal, right or left. Turn in field on this one, so you go over that pad, side flip, and then side flip on impact. So you'll see it again from the other side. We boost to the pad, and then we just side it. It's just a simple side flip. Nothing special. And then that's all we do. Okay, the speed flip. The speed flip has been around for a while, but only recently has it received such a buzz, with players mastering the move and seeing how effective it is in kickoffs. Right now, this is the golden child of kickoffs, and if you want to excel further in your kickoff game, you will definitely need it. The speed flip is a form of flipping that allows you to accelerate faster than a standard diagonal, a standard side flip, or a standard front flip. One of the main reasons for this is the ability to be able to boost all the way through the movement, as your car will be facing the right direction. Once you feel comfortable with the simple kickoff, you may want to add something harder to your game, and this is it. But be warned, remember to practice this in free play or with a training pack that I'll show you in a minute, as it's really tricky and it could cost you a lot of goals in the beginning if you don't have that consistency. Now don't worry, we're going to explain exactly how to do it. Now this kickoff can actually be done at any of the spawn locations, but tends to be favored on the diagonals. That being said, we're going to go through each position, but let's first learn the speed flip. Okay, so if you put your controller between the side flip and the front flip, you will do a diagonal flip. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so this time, do a diagonal flip, and as soon as you press the dodge button the second time, instantly pull down on the controller. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can either go straight down, or you can go to the opposite angle that you just did the diagonal, whichever is easiest for you. Now, so for example, if you did between 1 and 2 o'clock on the controller for your diagonal, you could pull straight down to 6, or you could pull down between 7 and 8. But you will need to hold air roll down the whole way through to stabilize the car. And we're going to look at Raid, who is, like I say, one of the best in the world at this. And we're going to see how he does it. And you're going to notice the speed of the inputs. And so you can also get a visual. So here he is. And look how fast he's doing it. Now what he's doing is he's initiating his first jump here at about 10 o'clock, then instantly going to 2, initiating the second jump, rolling it to 6, and then rolling it back up to 3 to be able to get the air roll so that he lands on all 4 wheels. And you'll see now just how ridiculously fast you have to be at this. Again there, he does the first jump at 2, second jump at 10, the dodge at 10, instantly to 6, back up to 9. And this is something that takes a lot of practice. This is not something you're going to get overnight. This takes a lot of practice, especially to become efficient at doing it both ways. But once you understand the mechanic behind it, once you understand the inputs, it is a case of practice, 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 or as I like to say, perfect practice to allow that muscle memory. And the way Raid's doing it to get even more speed is he's actually just using the roll method on the control. He's not instantly jabbing, he's rolling it around. And some people find that a little bit easier, so he's rolling it up to, say for example, wherever he wants to do the first jump, be it 2 o'clock, then rolling it across over the top to 10 for the dodge, and then back down. And let's look at this in slow motion, this one here. Goes up to 2, jumps, goes to 10 dodges, down to 6, back up to 9. Holding air roll the whole way through, and if you're confused about his inputs, air roll for him is on the left button at the top there. And you guys feel free to slow this video down even more to just really understand the timings of the input. But we've got a training pack, so let's look at this training pack and see what it's all about. Of course, the code will be at the top as always. And this is for your white belt, guys. Unbelievable, right? It's a white belt because it's the first belt, the white belt. It's the first thing you do, the kickoff. But it shouldn't be the first thing you learn, and that's why I've left it till now, to sort of cap off that ground series. So all of these will need to be speed flips, theoretically, to hit it at the right time. You'll notice it's not always in the perfect position on kickoff, and that's just so it actually works. If we put the ball back, you won't be able to reach it, and we'd have to put it to 3 o'clock, and then you could reach it with a front flip. So the distances may be off, but it creates a level of realism because you do have to be on that center line. I did the musty packs, and I thought it was really cool, the whole speed flip thing, but it wasn't very real as far as game and actual kickoff, which is what it's for. So I designed that, guys. Give that a shot. Really good luck on that one. Okay, so you're doing what we're telling you. You feel it should work, but your opponent is just blasting it through you. Or maybe you cannot speed flip, but your opponent can. And for those situations, we had the good old counter/delayed kickoff. So with this, there are a few different methods and angles you can put yourself in. The idea of the delay kickoff is similar to the 50-50 draw we had in the 50-50 video. We want to give space so that our opponent hits the ball to us and we are in a strong position on the ball for their potential second touch. A deep delay may end up with the opponent not even getting their second touch, but be careful, because with anything, if they see you do this, or if you continually do it, they may start chipping it over you. So let's examine each delay individually because they are tricky. Okay, so first of all, we're looking at the diagonal kickoff, and there's two ways to do this one. You can flip straight towards the ball and then jump sort of more from the side if they tend to be pushing it to your corner, or you can have more of a shallow jump, more in line with the ball, to get behind the hitbox of the ball if they've been pushing it straight to your net. The same for the other side, but with anything, guys, it's all about reading and learning your opponent. The kickoff is going straight to the middle. Now I'm going to do the counter to the middle. They keep pushing it to the corner and speed flipping. Now I'm going to counter to the corner. Okay, always mix it up. And remember, don't overuse these. So for the forward ones, here we go. We just got off right. All you want to do is exactly the same as normal. And the reason we do that is, one, the speed looks realistic. So if they have nameplates on when they're close, it looks real, but it also helps us save boost, because we really need to save our boost with this just in case it goes wrong. And then all we're doing is right by the end, we're just going to quickly slam our brakes on and then try and react to it. Alright guys, super simple stuff. Have a play with that one. If you're losing kickoffs, that is a great method to use. And now let's look at fakes. The fake kickoff can be used if you are really not having any joy. Maybe you're tilted, maybe you're shaking, maybe you're quaking, maybe your hands are just too damn cold. But don't worry, we've got strats for that too. It's called the fake kickoff. So the big mistake people make on the fake kickoff is that they don't sell the fake. They just wait or grab the boost. That ain't a fake. You gotta fake the person. That's called handing your opponent possession. Alright? And that's not something we enjoy doing. So we gotta sell the fake. How do we do that? Well, let's have a closer look at each kickoff, baby. Okay, the first one is from the diagonal. It's not what I enjoy doing. It is going straight for the boost with the half flip. It doesn't necessarily sell the fake. However, if you're losing every kickoff but you're not intimidated by your opponent's offense, then it can be worth doing, because then you've got the boost and you can make a save and then retaliate. And here it is from the opposite side. Exactly the same, but don't do what I do. Make sure you actually grab that corner boost. We're going to speed these clips up actually, because they're pretty straightforward. The next one on the straight line, just jump. Just literally jump, but make sure you jump at the right time. Don't just jump straight away, which is a trap a lot of people fall into. You've got to sell it. You've got to jump at the normal time that you would normally jump, so that it looks realistic from the opponent's perspective. And these ones, a little front flip inside, then we go into the middle, so it looks like we're going behind the ball for the hit, and then we just fade out. Okay, kickoff strategies. Now, kickoff strategies are important because kickoffs are such a big part of the game. So we need strategies for them. We now know we've got multiple options. We can start out with the basic kickoff. Then we've got the speed flip kickoff as we get better at the game. Then we've got delays, fakes, and so on and so forth. But how and when do you use them? Well, some things are instinctive. Sometimes you'll have a read and feel like, I've got to fake this kickoff. I don't know why. Always trust your gut in those situations. But what I will say, and Raid agrees with this, is that the default should be the speed flip kickoff. And then you adapt depending on what's happening. If you're winning them, keep doing it. If you're losing, switch. One last thing to mention with one's kickoff is that you can actually lose a kickoff territorially, but end up with the possession of the ball, which is actually better than smashing it past and through your opponent, but they end up with the ball. So some players will purposely lose a kickoff, but guide it to where they want. And a person who likes to do this is O'Khalid. He takes a real tight line to the ball, so that when he hooks the ball, he is on the opposite side and will flip towards it to help drag it back to his corner for possession. You can also do a diagonal backflip on a straight kickoff to guide the ball into your corners. But remember to hit the middle of the ball though, because not hitting the center of the ball can result in a massive kickoff loss or an opposition goal. One last honorable mention before we get into 2s and 3s strategies is the squishy kickoff. And that is on the straight kickoff, where all you do is you flip forward, and once you have initiated the front flip, you pull down or back on the controller and you slide towards the ball, and then right at the end you just press A so that your car flips back up. That can allow a quick recovery if you lose a kickoff, but it also can take the opponent off guard. 2s and 3s kickoffs. Okay, kickoffs aren't just win or lose. You can actually lose a kickoff territorially and still have the boost or the ball or both, and that is classed as a win. Now, this is especially true in 2s and 3s. And one of the main ways to do this is to direct the ball to your teammate in the corner from the kickoff. To do this is dead simple. All you have to do is side flip to the side your teammate is waiting, so that you hit the ball with the side of the car to push it to the back corner. You can also have fakes in 2s and 3s. For 2s, it is dead simple. For 2s, it is the kickoff whereby you spawn behind your teammate and drop an I got it. Hopefully they will drive to the ball and at the last second drive to either side. This kickoff hopefully ends in your opponent just passing you the ball and you can clear it to your teammate for the finish. This can also be done when you spawn side by side. Another interesting strategy for 2's kickoffs is what's known as the Spanish kickoff, and this is done from the diagonal kickoff, where the player taking the diagonal kickoff dodges the ball, doesn't go into the ball, sneaks behind it and demos the second player, with the intent that the opponent having the diagonal kickoff will play it to the corner to your teammate who can go for an instant shot. In Freeze, it is similar, where pushing the ball to the back corner. We do have one incredible weapon that is often underused, and this is known as the double fake. With this one, both teammates go towards the ball and then split to either wing, giving you an option of either player with the most space or to go with the momentum of the ball that's being passed to you. I would definitely also like to say that in 2s, check where the opponent of the teammate is going. If they are pushing up behind the opponent, they might be looking to kill it, so therefore directing it into your corner can work really well. However, if you see the opponent's teammate going to the back corner, still go for the back corner kickoff, but hopefully your teammate will notice, as what will happen is essentially both kickoffs will cancel out and it will end up in the middle rather than going into the hands of either team. And this can help you prevent goals off of extended pressure. I would also say in Freeze, if you're not trying any cheeky kickoff strategies, then your absolute main priority must be winning the kickoff and having a teammate cheat very close to relieve pressure for your team and puts pressure on the other team right off the bat. Many goals in RLCS level come from extended pressure off the kickoffs. Okay guys, although there are other kickoffs like the quick kickoff where you land and push it to the side, I find this quite risky and is possibly something that will be covered in the future when we're looking at the freestyle section, as it is popular by freestyles. There is also the wave dash kickoff, not only going towards the ball but off of the impact on the ball. However, until that becomes a little bit more popular, I don't feel the need to cover it yet, as it's more so about getting the fundamentals. Hopefully the main thing of this video is to help you understand why a player loses or wins a kickoff and is giving you some solid options. You will need to get the white belt if you want, in the end, the black belt. Try and get that pack done, although I would say it is probably one of the hardest packs to date. So good luck for that, guys. And a massive thanks to Raid Meister for helping me with this. This is a very big video, a lot going into this one. So I do really appreciate that. Thank you very much for everyone else who did help in the video I mentioned below. And this video took a lot of editing, guys, so please show your support. Give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe if you're not already. We've got more of this level of content coming out week in, week out, guys. Look after yourself, and as always, peace.